I'm your host, Lookum23. You're joining me for Courtesan of Rome, Chapter 21. 8 years ago in Gaul. In chains, you and your family stumble behind a qualous horse, and armed legionnaires press you forward. Your wrists burn, and the chains rubbing your skin raw. What should we do?
Listen to me, children. Now is the time to keep your heads down. Been captured, but we're still a lot. I'd rather die than be here a slave.
Cinerex tugs at the chains, rattling them.
Stop! They'll kill you here if you resist.
We'll bow to them until they see the chance for victory. Your sister is right, Cinerex. We can do much if we bide our time. As you cross the next hill, you see the Roman army camp glowing with torchlight.
Line up, savages!
And the camp legionnaires force you forward at spear point, a short way ahead. A tent flap opens, and a man in golden armor approaches you.
General Caesar, now you finally run the barbarian chief to ground. Well done, Legat. Let me look at him.
Caesar closes the distance, lifting your father's arm to examine his muscles. He's a steer brought to market. You grab your father by the face, forcing him to bare his teeth, flickering light.
Strong, and good health too.
Moves to Cinerex and forces him to do the same.
This one, fine specimen as well. Will I'll be keeping for myself if you'll permit. Do as you please, Legat.
Glances over you, mother far less of interest.
And is this the family? Yes, Domini.
Caesar takes your chin in his iron grip, turning your face up to look at him. Get your teeth and bear it. Up your jaw, Caesar runs a hand over your wound markings, black lines of your tattoo.
These animals will make a dramatic display for our triumph.
Wallace salutes Caesar, turning to bark an order at the men beside him.
Pixelberry! Get this filth cleaned up. I can't bear the stench.
No, leave them as they are. Rome expects to see savages. Let's show them savages. The Quality of March, your brother watches him with cold fury.
Someday I'll kill that man.
But your father only has eyes for Caesar.
The Glagat is a tool. Caesar's the one who matters.
The Ides of March. The Ides of March are tomorrow. You and Sphinx meet your parents on the road outside of the city. Abu is with them, leaping ecstatically into your arms the moment he sees you. I missed you too, you little rascal, but we've got a few more things to do before you can come home with me again. You turn to your parents. I've just heard about Cassius, or from Cassius. Cinerex will be one of the guards at the Senate on Ides.
Cinerex? He's a trusted guard of Caesar's. His actions in the riot only confirm that.
The legions have claimed him, mind and spirit. We cannot let him stand between us and victory. Our son, our poor son. Has her face in your father's chest, and he holds her to him.
Aaron, what are you saying?
If he makes himself our enemy,
he's only alive because of the promise he made me. If this fails, Caesar will not let Aaron live a second time. Cinerex is loyal to him.
I don't think he is. When I saw him in Egypt, I nearly reached him. A part of Cinerex still lives inside the Legionnaire. Your fingers twine with your father's, and they face you together.
Don't give up on him yet.
I will do my best not to hurt him.
Do what you can for him. All I ask.
I will. I've known Cinerex. He won't hurt you. If it comes to it, he may not join you, but I don't think he would kill to stop you. Your father pulls you into his embrace, kissing you on the forehead as your mother wraps her arms around you both. I'm just glad to have you back. We never left you.
Never. It's growing late. You're supposed to meet Cassius at midnight. Should get back to Rome before it's dark.
As the late afternoon shadows grow longer, you make your way back to the city and to Caesar. Later, you and Sphinx are walking past the docks on your way to Cassius' villa. Sphinx struggles to keep up with your purposeful stride.
What does Cassius need from you again?
I need to see him. Make sure neither he nor any of the other senators are going to back down. We need to be united.
Do you know yet what time this is all going to happen?
My father will rally the gladiators during the first bout tomorrow at dawn. I will make a sacrifice to Nemesis for their safety. We only have until then to ensure everyone is in place.
And when you must you confront Anthony?
Before the Senate convenes, I must ensure he cannot intervene. Vix nods, hands on his gladius, as he checks the mouth of every alley you pass.
By far the most dangerous part, Aaron. Anthony won't hesitate to kill, protect Caesar's interests.
I know. I was a fool to play my cards too soon. Anthony knows I care nothing for him now.
Why must it be you who confronts him?
Well, there's no one else who even has a chance.
And what if you cannot trick him this time?
Do we really need to trick him? I'll keep him from the Senate, whatever it takes. Only your footsteps behind you.
Look out!
Vix draws his blade as 4 soldiers suddenly emerge from an alley and attack you.
Ah! No one makes a fool of Caesar. Get out of here, Aaron. I'll handle this.
So Vix draws his gladius, the blade clashing against the soldiers with an unmistakable sound. Faces peer motion from the boats docked in the harbor. Help someone!
Should have kept your mouth shut in the ring, girl.
You try to dodge, but he chops low with his gladius, and the blade cuts hard into your leg. Ah! I should fight, run, freeze. Fight. You draw your knife from its hidden sheath, knowing it is a poor option against a sword. Using the back of your arm, you knock the flat of the soldier's blade away as you leap forward with your knife, landing unsteadily on your hurt leg. Ha! You sink your blade into the side of his neck.
Ha!
Vix whirls around to face another soldier, driving his gladius up through the bottom of the man's armor and into his gut.
Oh!
The third attacker lunges, Vix pivots effortlessly, ripping his blade out of the man's stomach and across the throat of another. But you see the 4th soldier out of sight behind him. Look out, Vix! Before you can think, you grab a discarded gladius from one of the dead men's hands and stab the soldier as hard as you can.
Oh!
Breathless, you stare at your feet. 4 men lie dead or dying in the sands around the docks.
We have to get out of here. Caesar may have sent others.
Taking your hands, Vix draws you along the bank away from the docks in the city. As you draw out of sight at the docks, he bursts out with an angry sigh.
Just can't let you do this, Aaron.
What?
It's too dangerous to go after Caesar yourself. Sorry, I'm not angry at you, but have you not done enough? You laid the plans. Can Cassius and Brutus not carry them out? Must you be there the moment they strike?
Question. Sometimes I think the same. I often ask myself, why does it have to be me? Why can't this be someone else's burden to bear?
And
I cannot have come so far to walk away at the final hour, much as I sometimes wish I could.
I know, I don't want to see you get hurt.
Too late. She patches up her leg. Suddenly you hit a soft patch of sand and your wounded leg buckles beneath you.
What? You're wounded? You didn't say anything.
I was hoping I could walk it off. Vix pulls you down into the sand next to him, taking your leg into his lap to look at it.
shallow. The bleeding is mostly stopped.
It doesn't hurt too much.
We bind it, just to keep the dirt out.
You pull a silk scarf from inside your bodice, letting him wrap it gently around the cut on your leg.
Better.
He pulls you to your feet. Better. Take a few steps towards forward and notice if X isn't following you.
Still limping. Maybe we should rest for a time.
I can't. Tomorrow.
It's still hours away. Let's build a fire, give you time to recover, away from the city and away from any more of Caesar's men. I would cherish some time alone with you. Put yourself in harm's way.
Oh, yes, build a fire with him for this exclusive scene. It's rivers, romanticness, and the last chance to spend time with him because, duh, it's the finale. Right to Cassius. I'm sorry, Sophix, but I must confirm everything with Cassius before tomorrow.
You know, I'm your bodyguard again, Aaron. I fear I have already failed to keep you safe.
Just after midnight, you meet Cassius at his villa.
Excuse me.
Everything is in place for tomorrow. With Cleopatra's sudden departure, Caesar's off balance. He'll never see this coming. At last. Cassius eyes walking away from you to look at the candles burning in a shrine. I wish I was as confident as you. I never thought of myself as someone who could stab a man in cold blood. Cassius, Caesar forced this choice on you. You are a good and kind man, Cassius. But even good and kind men must sometimes go against their conscience to remove a tyrant.
I know. It's far too easy to say those words and face what they really mean.
You have been to war, Cassius. You have felt man's life run through your hands. There is no such thing as cold blood. Blood is blood. The blood is called for. Cassius turned back to your resolve, hardened on his face.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for giving me the strength to carry this out. Without you, I would have only dreamed of killing Caesar. Whether I live or die today, I will go to my grave knowing that I stood for something, that I made a difference.
Cassius, I love you. An incredulous smile spreads over Cassius' face, and he draws you into a tender embrace. You tilt your head up to his, lips meeting his and parting under the firm pressure of his tongue. His hands cup your cheeks, creating your face like it is a priceless piece of glass. Oh, Aaron, I've loved you for such a long time. I never knew if you saw me as the same or as more than a patron. Always. You have held my heart from the beginning, Cassius. And I have no doubt we are doing what we must to make our future. Then I suppose I will see you in the Senate tomorrow. With a sigh of regret, you walk toward the door. But before you can reach it, Cassius stops you with a hand on your shoulder. I pray that we will know success tomorrow, Aaron, but things could still go wrong. I don't want this to be the last time I see you. The gods favor us. My mother has seen our victory. And we need not waste another moment in preparation. He draws you outside into his beautiful gardens. I am greedy for more time with you. Stay the rest of the night here. Share these final hours with me before the fates decide our fortune. I know, spend the night with him. It's our last chance. Yep, bye. A few more hours won't make this easier, Cassius. We must put our fates in the hands of the gods now. I must make an offering to Nemesis before my father risks his and the other gladiators' lives. Know that you will always have my love, Aaron. Pray the gods let us live past tomorrow. with a final, makingly sweet kiss, walk back out of his villa and into the night. You arrive at the Temple of Nemesis and are surprised to see Sabina waiting for you. She holds up a small cage with a white dove for the offering. Sifix told me you'd be here. You accept the dove, squeezing her hand off of the wooden cage. I would not ask my father and the other gladiators to risk themselves without divine favor. You lay the dove on the altar, using the knife to quickly end its life. Nemesis, please accept this offering of blood. Please defend those who fought so often in your name. Your voice falters, and Sabina takes up the prayer. Goddess of revenge and retribution, watch over Aaron as she undertakes this grand endeavor. Nemesis, keep us safe in this trying time. Protect those who have risked so much for the good of so many. But Aaron, most of all, ignore her, Nemesis. Protect Sabina instead. This is where Nemesis comes out and goes, "Stop it, you two, or I'll kill you both!" Protect us both equally, and everyone else involved. Let Aaron be the instrument of justice, divine Nemesis. Bless her on her path. To think, the woman who used to be afraid of going outside is now plotting the death of the most powerful man in the world. I had some help along the way. Sabina, I've had some feelings for her. I mean, some. Keyword. You become so brave. You'll become part of it, Sabina. Part of everything we do today. History will remember that long after Aquala has faded from memory. That's not exactly reassuring. Suddenly Sabina's face falls. Should I just tell everyone I love them? Seriously. I can't afford to lose you, Aaron. I know you think I'm brave now, but I'm still terrified that after today, I'll be left in a world without you. I swear you'll be stuck with me for a lot longer than that. She laughs and wipes a tear from her face. I just want to be with you a little longer before it all starts. Maybe we can watch the sunrise together. Just as the sun will rise on the new day for Rome. Poetic. I was just thinking it would be pretty... Watch the sunrise, this exclusive scene. No. Back to the chalet. I'm sorry, Sabina, but I have only a few hours left to prepare for today. I understand. I will stay here a little longer then, and pray that you live to see another sunrise with me. Sabina hugged you farewell. Today, we make history. Now playing as Victus. As the morning dawns, you meet Euthymios in the barracks. Abu rides on your shoulder, uncharacteristically silent and purposeful. Looks so hangry. Are we ready? You're lucky you're not the only one who hates Flavius. Nearly the whole Ludus is on board, and quite a few of Aquala's former men, too. Euthymios, I couldn't have done this without you. Oh, of course you couldn't do it without me, you old lug. No one likes you. You do. Well, I never said I wasn't a fool. Try not to die. Clasp forearms, Euthymios' grip dry and firm on yours. The plan. From far above, you'll hear the ring of voice. Opening games are announced. For our first fight of the day, we have... Now. As you charge for the trapdoor, Euthymios bangs the prongs of his trident against a large bronze pitcher, a signal for the other gladiators to join you. You explode onto the sands, dozens of other armed gladiators behind you. I am Spartacus! I am Spartacus! I am Spartacus! You charge for the stands, grabbing the flimsy tunic of a pleb who's hanging too far over the rail. Ah! He voted for your daughter, don't kill him! You slam him down in his hands with a roar of fury. Ah! They've gone mad! Everyone, out of the arena! All around you, the other gladiators attack the crowd as people stream for the exit. Screams of terror mingled with battle cries.
To the streets! We die for your pleasure no longer!
Took the legs of a terrified patrician out of under him, leaving him on the back in the sands. Help! Oh, it's Rufus Galicia! With a burst of strength, you ripped the heavy wooden door of the entrance from its hinges, throwing it into the crowd as you lead the other gladiators out to the streets.
Put out of the way! We'll put down these slaves!
Help! Send the legions! Send for Caesar! More guards spill into the streets, though no legionnaires yet. One of them faces you with a lowered spear. He charges, and when you wheel narrowly out of the way, the point of a spear leaving a white line across the leather of your breastplate.
You want to try this?
Disarming. With that explosion of movement, you bring your gladius down hard on the shaft of the spear, which snaps audibly. The guard gapes at his empty hand.
Get out of here!
Ah! Dropping the splintered shaft, he runs. I should have known you were behind this. Turn to see Flavius behind you, gladius at the ready.
Flavius. Waited for this a long time. I should have been your skull I cracked.
I should have killed you years ago.
You should have. Was it worth it, lining your pockets with my winning, knowing I'll kill you now?
You forget who you're talking to. Flavius raises the point of his gladius, effortlessly dropping into the fight stance of a former gladiator. I am no conquered king. I was a boy from nowhere who made my name in blood. I'm the gladiator who became his own master.
You're a slave who became a slaver, and soon you'll be gristle and bone for the dogs of Rome.
Ugh! Gladius clashes against yours, the impact vibrating up your hand. You let the momentum carry your arm around, bringing Gladius down on his hand with a crash. Blood sprays from his wrist. The Gladius drops from his numb fingers. No. Nah. You didn't give Lucasta a chance, did you, you prick? Ugh! With furious strength, you shove your Gladius into his throat, up to the hilt.
You can call me the Unconquered King.
With your boot on his chest, shoving his corpse onto the street as you pull your Gladius free.
You're right. Should have done that years ago.
You look up and see the first of Caesar's legions arriving, ominous and identical in their armor.
Retreat! Back to the springs, everyone! Underground!
Underground! You signal Abu, letting him sniff the scrap of cloth Aaron left you.
Go to Abu, find Aaron.
Little Monkey leaps to the rooftops, bypassing the chaos of the streets, as you join the other gladiators retreating back to your planned escape point by the sacred spring. Humbling as Aaron. You arrive at Pompey's old estate, barely in time. Anthony is already walking out the front door. Anthony's eyes narrow when he sees you.
Aaron, what are you doing here? I have to go to the Senate.
Give me but a moment. I know I don't deserve it.
Correct.
But it's important, I promise. You grab him firmly by the wrist and bring him back inside. He's hesitant but follows. His eyes are suspicious.
What is this, Aaron? You're planning something, I know it.
What an astute observation. Your heartbeat quickens. You know you need to find a way to keep him here, or this whole plan is ruined. Won't you just listen to what I have to say?
What's happened in the Senate that you don't want me to see?
Nothing. I just wanted to spend time with...
This is it then? The day Cassius and Brutus pull off whatever mad plot they've been stewing on?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You think I'm blind, Aaron? You think I don't know what you're up to your neck and whatever you're doing?
Pushes you aside hard enough to hurt.
Ah! I must warn Caesar.
Grab him. Strength born of desperation, you grab Anthony from behind, trying to pull him down as he rushes for the door. I would have given you the world, Aaron. Throws you off like an annoying puppy, sending you reeling back into the tables. Turning from the door, Anthony advances menacingly towards you. I told Caesar not to kill you. I gave you the chance in the arena. Your mistake. And then he reaches for a knife on the table, but you're between it and him. Kick it out of the way. He grabs your ankle, pulling you both to the floor. No one makes a fool of me. His hands close around your throat, and for a moment you can't breathe. You remember your father's training and thrust your hips to flip him beneath you. With the last of your strength, you close your hands around the pitcher on the table and bring it down hard on the bridge of his nose. His hands drop him, your throat lifeless. Check his pulse, he's breathing but unconscious. You don't have much time. Stumbling is Delphinia. We stand before a crowd of close to 100, every priest and priestess in Rome who has also been initiated into the mysteries of Isis. Great Mother, we call on you by every name you are known. Circes, Serona, Sybil, Demerite, Isis. Isis, we hear you. Isis, we obey. Isis, great Mother of the earth, you are the bringer of life. You are the arbiter of death. You are the link between the mortal and the divine. You are our guide. You are our guide. You look around the room, making eye contact with as many of the crowd as you can, bringing them into your chant, into your magic. The goddess has come to me. The goddess has spoken. She has come into a dream to tell me that she grieves for her sons, Jupiter and Mars. She is the bringer of life, and they bring only death. Children of the goddess. The gods of war cannot stand against the mother of creation. A priestess in the front row suddenly drops to her knees in ecstasy, eyes shining as she looks up at the statue of Circe. I hear her. She wants us to stop them. Let us join our strength in prayer. The crowd drops to their knees, and you stand tall, opening your mind and heart to the power of the goddess. You close your eyes and open them to the world of the spirits. You feel the energy of the gathered priests, their faith flooding into you like a strong wine. You begin to chant using Egyptian words, in case anyone's faith is still too weak to stomach why you're here. Great Mother Isis, hear our prayer. Use your power to strike down one who has defied you. Let him feel you in his last breath, and know all his power on earth is nothing to curse you. Great Mother, sap the strength of his body, clouds of thoughts in his mind. Clouds of thoughts in his mind. Let his mind be too weak to face you. Draw a veil of confusion across his thoughts so he can not defend himself. Raise your voice in Latin this time, letting your words echo loudly enough to echo off the high marble ceilings. Great Mother, hear our prayer, and let your will be done. Let your will be done. Let your will be done. The energy of their faith fills you like boiling metal, too hot to stand. You turn your thoughts to the Senate building, directing your curse on Caesar, and praying that your strength will aid Aaron. Now playing as Aaron. Julie Pompey's estate, Abu suddenly swings down from the roof, chattering urgently. Did my father send you? Did the uprising work? Good boy, Abu. Such a good boy to find me here. Abu starts to leap to your shoulder, but you signal for him to stay. Stay here. Come find me if Anthony leaves. I don't want any surprises. Scratch him one last time, and then head for the Senate. We're gonna go eat a banana. Go meet up with Aladdin. You arrive at the forum right on time. Now to get inside. As you approach the Senate, you see a familiar figure talking to one of the guards at the door. Need you find
Julius Caesar, Caesar's orders. Yes, sir.
As a soldier marches out of sight, Brutus catches your eye and nods gravely before returning inside. Cinerex is now alone, standing guard at the door as you approach.
Aaron, what are you doing here?
Your brother looks at you with suspicion, hand going to the hilt of his gladius. I need to go inside.
Why?
Today is the day the spirits of the Catanui are set to rest.
Caesar's wife told him not to come to the Senate today. There are rumors of conspiracy.
Are you going to stand against me?
I can't let you pass.
Cinerex, I know in your heart you're still Catanui.
Aaron, I don't want to hurt you.
What can you do that would hurt more than seeing you serve Caesar?
He isn't what we thought. He's a good leader. Fair, strong. He didn't attack Gaul because he hates us.
He attacked Gaul to build his reputation. He destroyed our whole world so he could get famous enough to become dictator of Rome.
Please, Aaron, don't do this.
I'm going inside, Cinerex, and if you must cut me down for doing so, there's no one to stop you. Step forward, Cinerex, hand trembling on his hilt, but he doesn't lift it.
I think I hear a disturbance on the other side of the forum. Maybe it's best to check it out.
He turns away, leaving the door unguarded. Tears in your eyes, you watch it retreating back before entering the Senate. Inside, the Senate is full. You see the allies of Cassius and Brutus recruited, looking tense, while others remain bored and unaware. When you look at Caesar, you see immediately that your mother's ritual has done its work. He stands in a daze at the podium, swaying on his feet. Cassius catches your eye and nods. I have a question to bring to the floor.
Yes, Senator. Bring your, question to the floor.
Cassius stands and closes the distance between him and Cassius. Tell me, Caesar, what enemy so threatens Rome that we require a dictator for life? Caesar's voice is woozy as he answers.
No enemy, only to to take Rome, the greatest empire ever known.
A gleam of steel as Cassius draws a dagger from his toga. Republic needs no emperor to be great. This is what Rome does to tyrants. Plunges the dagger into Caesar's chest.
Ah! Thus was always to tyrants. Thus always to tyrants.
Suddenly a mob is around Caesar, knives lashing out viciously, one after another.
Help! Brutus, help me!
Thus always to tyrants. Brutus's knife goes down, striking Caesar in the chest as well.
Even you, Brutus.
Brutus falls back, blind with tears, you approach. This is for Gaul. You bring your knife down with all your strength, ending the life of the man who destroyed yours. And your allies assassinated Julius Caesar. Caesar's dead, the Senate is chaos, half the senators were in the conspiracy and the other half are now terrified for their lives. You stay with Cassius, as he and the other liberators debate what to do. Many hours later, the liberators are still in the Basilia. Someone has put a cloth over Caesar's body, and most of the senators who weren't in on the conspiracy have fled. Outside, a mob howls at the door, demanding punishment for the assassins. We must announce a new election soon. People will want to say in who will be consul now that Caesar's gone. First, we must prepare our speeches. The people must hear how this was no assassination, but elimination of Rome from tyranny. You must stop Anthony. You think Anthony is sitting around debating what he should do? He's already using Caesar's name to step into his power immediately. Aaron, must show the people Caesar was an aberration. We must do this right, with an open election deal made over a dead man's body. Grit your teeth in frustration as they continue to debate the proper protocol for announcing the assassination while the mob pounds on the door.
But which of Caesar's laws will we still uphold if everything he passed to be undone?
It should be.
Shouldn't we put it to a vote?
Brutus looks up from where he has been through several long scrolls of Senate records. I just found the will Caesar filed. What does it say? He leaves. Nothing to Antony. Oof! Dog. Nothing. Does it all go to Cleopatra's son? It seems he's acknowledging his grandnephew Octavian as his adopted son. He's left the boy everything. We will need to take care of that. Neither Antony nor this boy ever think to fill Caesar's shoes. The Senate door finally gives way under the mob's assault. You emerge with Cassius under a flag of truce.
Aaron, of course you're here.
We've turned the mob against us, Antony. Nicely done. What does he want from them?
It seems I have everything on my side, Cassius. The people, the soldiers, even the moral high ground. But I have Aaron. So what are you offering me?
First, call off your mob, and then we can discuss terms. The negotiations continue long into the night, and for the following 3 days. 3 days later, Cassius and Antony have reached a tentative peace. Caesar will receive a state of funeral, and no mention will be made of his murder or his murderers. Is it what you wanted? The spirits of the cat Nui are at rest. That is as much as I can ask for. You have lived for them for a long time, Aaron. If they are at rest now, does that mean you can finally choose for yourself? Across the room, looking at your distorted reflection in the steaming waters of the bath. I hope so. But what will you choose now that your life is yours? What do you want to do with it? With your family, Cassius, Sabina, Suffix. I mean, when you think of the cat Nui, right? Maybe they're wiped out. Your father and mother may seek a home to live in and have their restful days. Rex will probably still serve Rome, so there goes your brother. That's it. That's all you have. It's time you make a future for yourself. He has always cared for you, Aaron. I wish you a long and happy life together. Later, you're sitting with Cassius on the low couch of his main room. I remember walking in here to make my debut. It feels so long ago, because it has been over a year, and yet as vivid as if it were yesterday. I had never seen anyone so beautiful. And I had never seen anywhere so grand. Cassius takes your hands in his, lips finding yours in a light kiss full of promise. Abu squeezes between you, scolding you loudly. Cassius rubs his little head, and he settles happily in the Cassius's lap. Don't worry, Abu. My intentions are honorable. You never live anywhere else ever again, Aaron. I've called for the priestess of Juno to come here today to marry us. I want you as my wife before Caesar's funeral. Hesitates for a moment and then gives you a sheepish smile. I suppose I should ask first, do you want to be my wife, Aaron? Will you stay with me and help me rebuild the Republic the way it should be? I want you to come to Gaul to restore the cat Nui. No. There are no goddamn cat Nui. Stop it with it. Restore the Republic with him. Cassius greets your words with a passionate kiss. Open your mouth to him as he wraps you in a tight embrace. We will have the best of all worlds, Aaron. We can restore the Republic it's meant to be, while showing what we aren't held back by the hide-bound traditions like who patricians can marry. As his lips find yours again, tongues meeting with unhurried sweetness up your face in his hands. Can't believe we're really here. Caesar's dead, the Republic has resurrected, you are about to become my wife. Love you, Aaron. I have loved you forever. And I you. You kiss him back, pressing yourself into his arms as if becoming one. Later you find your mother and father in the Temple of Circes. Your father unfolds you into a bear hug, crushing you against his chest.
Did it, Aaron. You avenged the Catanui. Their spirits are at rest now.
The goddess is proud of you, my daughter. You did the task she laid out for you.
We're proud of you.
What will you do now? Will you be returning to Gaul? Your father's hand finds your mother, and he glances away from you.
There's nothing left for me in Gaul, Aaron. All I want is to find those who are still lost in slavery and help them return home.
We will do that together. Your father and I, we will travel through the Republic until we have found and freed every member of the Catanui. I will see you again. Hug each other tightly.
Of course.
You're right, and until then, we will always be with you, in your heart. I'm going to stay here, Father. I have become too Roman to survive in Gaul again.
Ha ha! I'm sure that's it. And not your heroic young senator.
You blush and hug your father to silence him. Your mother's eyes gleam with quiet tears. If only your brother were here with us. I wish I could have reached him, Mother, but he had belonged to Rome for too long.
Never had your strength, Aaron.
Your mother lays a cool hand on your forehead. Hot tears prick your eyes as you remember the many times she gave this benediction to your childhood. May the great Mother guard and protect you, Aaron, in all that you endeavor. May she bless your land and sea. May she bless you in water and fire. And may your life be always a gift that you will cherish. Beautiful. Historical note. Mark Antony's speech at Caesar's funeral began 17 years of civil war in Rome. First, Antony and Octavian fought Cassius and Brutus, and Antony and Cleopatra fought Octavian. Ultimately, this led to the fall of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire under Octavian, the Emperor Augustus. We're so grateful for you to be joining us in imagining the role that one smart, beautiful, and vengeful woman might have had on a pivotal moment in Western history. We hope that you will use your own imaginations to continue the story of how Aaron might shape the rest of history. Thank you so much for playing Courtesan of Rome. Pixelberry. It was alright. It was okay. I get it. It was to show that women have played pivotal roles in history. And it's true. Many women have played pivotal roles in history. But, as they say, history is made by the winners. It's wrote by the winners. And it's very much true. You know, I want to say something real quick. And it's for both men and women. Last night, and one, I'd like to apologize for being late today. My medical condition, it was very hard for me to breathe. So, it's one of the reasons why this is being a little late today, and I'm not feeling too well, and I even considered uploading without doing my voice on it, but I figured I'd push. Last night, on Star Trek DS9, Season 3, Episode 11 and 12, for those of you not in America, well, you may have this going on, or you don't. I don't know how the outside of America really is fully, you know, constructed or whatnot, but basically, it talked of the year 2024 about how there were sanctuary cities for people, and that is something that is currently going on in America. Then that they were having zones in there to help people, and yet they were being forgotten. That the DIMS were people who needed medical help or had mental ailments and never got it. That ghosts were people who were lost in the system and had no future. The gimmies were the ones who fell on hard times, lost their jobs, homes, or whatnot. And they were being forgotten. They were living in poorness and poverty, and just everyone outside of these cities were just forgetting them completely. And that, you know, even immigrants and whatnot were being just huddled up in places and just being completely forgotten, and they were dying of starvation and whatnot. And it's something that is going on currently in America. People are dying from lack of medical, dying from, you know, even starvations, things like that. Tons of homeless people, tons of You know, the dims, the ghosts, and the gimmies. And it doesn't matter about your gender. It doesn't matter what country you're in. You can make a difference. This vision was what Gene Roddenberry envisioned. Basically, if you look at Star Trek and the history that they've announced all through, you know, all of Star Trek, they always would look back at history, and we need to look back at our history now, and look where we are now, and realize that we need to change things. Because while he envisioned a great future coming, and, you know, probably outside of our lifetimes, of, you know, getting rid of greed and poverty and things like that, we all needed to also keep in mind that it took horrific events to transpire to that event, which was literally going through a World War III, civil wars, and other horrific events. We all need to work together. That's something we need to work on. And if you look at this book, it's a perfect example of that, where people need to work together for even the smallest of people. And, yeah, you know, something I try and work on every single day. And I see firsthand the dims, the ghosts, and the gimmies. And, yeah, a really craptastic mess we're all in. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Hopefully together we can change the future, if just by a little bit. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.